Nilqakom għal programm ieħor Instapoint miegħi Rodrik. Illum huwa 62 programm tagħna. Kif tafu ormai bħala aġenzija żgħażagħ dejjem nippruvaw nilħqu l-ħtiġijiet u l-interessi taż-żgħażagħ. Jew bil-programmi li noffri jew bil-proġetti anke kollaborazzjonijiet ma' entitajiet oħrajn u mhux biss f'Malta. Li ser inkunu qegħdin niddiskutu llum flimkien ma' Mr. Lane Robinson, il-kap tal-politika soċjali fi ħdan il-Commonwealth, propju il-kollaborazzjoni tal-Aġenzija fil-Commonwealth. Il-Commonwealth jekk ma tafux x'inhi hija assoċjazzjoni volontarja ta' 54 pajjiż fejn jaħdmu fuq prinċipji ta' żvilupp, ta' paċi u anke demokrazija. Però ibqgħu hemmhekk għat-tieni parti tal-intervista ma' Lane Robinson.
Hello and welcome to our second part of our program Instapoint, and today we have Mr. Lane Robinson and we will shall be discussing the subject of the Common Youth World Secretariat, and let me first introduce him to you. Hello, how are you?
Very good, thank you so much, Roderick, for having me.
Thank you for accepting our invite. Before, can you tell us something about yourself so the viewers can get to know you?
Well, thank you very much. My name is Lane Robinson. I'm head of the Commonwealth Youth Program here in the Commonwealth Secretariat. And the Commonwealth works with all the member states in 54 countries in Europe, Caribbean, Africa, Asia, and the Pacific regions. And we support young people much the same way that the agency supports young people in Malta. We provide that same support across the different parts of the Commonwealth. And we work on issues such as youth participation, youth policy, youth work, professionalization, and sustainable livelihoods for young people. I'm originally from Jamaica, but I've been working at the Commonwealth Secretariat for the past 13 years, over which I've really seen how Agency Aziza has grown over those 13 years. It's been a pleasure working alongside Malta in many things, some of which we will talk about here today.
Exactly. In fact, I wanted to ask you this curiosity because Aġenzija Żgħażagħ is celebrating 10 years. And I would like you to tell us when did you first came across with us?
No, well, first of all, I have to say congratulations to Agency Żgħażagħ for celebrating 10 years of tremendously excellent work in youth development and youth policy. Certainly from the Commonwealth, we wish you all the best as you develop your concept going forward into the future, working on youth policy. I first came in contact with Agency Aziza perhaps very early in the process, working with key persons from the agency, the director in particular. Many years ago, we spent many good years working together in other parts of the Commonwealth, flying to different meetings, engaging in different fora. And I first heard about the remarkable establishment of this agency, probably at the inception, right at the beginning when it was just coming into being, when the new policies were being brought into being and the new direction was being shaped. It has been a pleasure being associated over these many years, looking in from the Commonwealth perspective.
I also wanted to ask you, why was the Youth Workers Conference held in Malta in 2018?
Oh, yes. One of the main achievements over these last few years has been the hosting of the third Commonwealth Youth Work Conference, which was held in Malta in 2018. We held the conference in Malta primarily because Malta offered such a wonderful experience of what youth work professionalization should look like in the rest of the Commonwealth. So you have in place, all the key elements that we have been advocating for many years. You have regulations or a policy that speaks to youth workers. You have a team of youth workers working as an association. You have a board, and you have so many of the excellent youth practices that we want to see reaching and engaging young people in a way that we promote. And so we wanted the conference in Malta for two reasons: to showcase what Malta is doing. It's our best case study of what is happening with youth work, but also Malta sits at the place where it's a bridge between Europe and the Commonwealth. You're in both Council of Europe and in the Commonwealth. And so mixing the two things together, and of course the theme of the conference was crossroads. It was a co-mixing of ideas from Europe and Commonwealth. Malta was able to facilitate that So we went to Malta for this conference, which was a great success, bringing together, the youth work practitioners from Europe and those in Asia, Caribbean, and Africa from the Commonwealth, mixing together to demonstrate what youth work and the potential of youth work can be, using Malta as an example.
And I always am impressed in these such collaborations, because you get to know people from different perspectives and countries and backgrounds, and you start to realize how much you can learn from each other as well from such instances.
Definitely. I think the collaborations with Malta have run quite deep. Malta works with us as a part of the Commonwealth Youth Ministers Task Force, where they are sitting with 9 other governments to manage how the Commonwealth is managing its youth work, what is delivering for young people over the last few years. We have worked in Malta to do the heads meeting over these last 10 years. So Malta hosted the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in 2015. And as part of that, the Commonwealth Youth Forum was a critical part, where we brought young people together to again look at the experiences of young people's lives in Malta as an example for the rest of the Commonwealth, and to have young people exchange their views with young Maltese to showcase what they're doing in their part of the world. So it has been a fantastic few years of associating and collaborating with Malta in youth work, but with youth participation at the core. And just to say congratulations to Malta for its good work with the degree program that you have there. We are helping other countries do the same across the world, and Malta remains an example of good practice in this area.
Mr. Lane Robinson, I really would like to thank you for your time. I would appreciate a lot the contribution. I don't know if you have any last messages for the young people, maybe wishing to get to know more about us as well.
No, thank you. As I conclude, yes, the Commonwealth remains a space for young people in Malta to be able to showcase what they'd like to see and be in the world. It's a place where young people can achieve their potential if they're interested to learn about issues in Africa, in Asia, the Pacific. If they're willing to showcase their own abilities and to work with young people in other places, the Commonwealth remains that place. If you want to look for innovative, interesting ways of thinking and responding to social and development issues, the Commonwealth remains a resource outside of Europe, where you can expand your horizons and really grow and become a full, when I say a Commonwealth citizen in the true meaning of the word, accepting what it means to be in development work, embracing diversity, and really, focusing on democracy as core principles of the Commonwealth. So again, this is another added resource for young people in Malta who are doing quite well already, but the Commonwealth offers a unique opportunity for them to expand and to share and to gain more experience as they become full citizens of the world.
Thank you so much for this exciting and interesting interview. We wish you all the best as well for your continuous collaboration. Thank you and take good care.
Thank you so much. Same to you.
Wasalna biex nagħlqu t-tielet u l-aħħar parti tal-programm Instapoint u bħalma nagħmlu dejjem nelenkaw xi ftit punti importanti. Tajjeb illi ngħidu li l-Commonwealth u l-ħidma tal-Commonwealth qiegħda hemmhekk biex iż-żgħażagħ ikomplu jiġu is-sapportjati u jipparteċipaw b'element demokratiku wkoll fid-deċiżjonijiet li l-iktar li jolqtu lilhom. Lane Robinson stqarr ukoll illi fit-tielet Youth Work Conference li saret fl-2018 Malta kienet ta' eżempju għal pajjiżi oħrajn fejn tidħol il-professjoni tal-youth work. L-aħħar iżda mhux l-inqas, Lane Robinson kellu kliem ta' tifħir lejn Malta għal fatt illi bħala aġenzija żgħażagħ għandha tim ta' youth workers illi dejjem jaħdmu għal prattiċi u anke għal policies illi l-aġenzija b'mod konsistenti tiżviluppa għal ġid taż-żgħażagħ. Jekk intom tixtiequ aktar informazzjoni itlu fuq il-midja soċjali illi jinsabu hawnhekk u hemmhekk tistgħu wkoll taraw in-numru ta' attivitajiet li jsiru mill-Aġenzija żgħażagħ. Bħal dejjem nirringrazzjakom tal-li kontu magħna, għamlu appuntament magħna kull nhar ta' ħamis fil-5:30. Grazzi u nsellmilkom.